The new channel. See the new. The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following show are those of the hosts, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
See the new you. This is Jesse Francis Rebustillo, your host of the HR Hotline. Welcome back to the HR Hotline. Our apologies. Due to connectivity problems, we started 10 minutes late. Really hits our heart. If you read the preview, the teaser, the first line is HR should be competently be able to manage a pandemic. The keyword is competence. So these are the insights. I'll give you around 10 minutes before I introduce to you our very special guest today. competence, there is no other wherein we can refer to in Association of the Philippines annual conference in August. There are actually 9 that he and his group was able to discuss on the third topic, which is manage the pandemic. The first one is actually change champion, or somebody take change. That is the problem of HR because we cannot be a volunteer. It is part of our job. It is should be part of our competency that we must be change champions doing this. Or if I am invited, and I always start with the HR competence. I even use this also for leadership training. But at this time, because this is what you call the total disruption, the VUCA that we have been discussing pre-COVID, it happened. You are now the change big if you're an HR wherein you're just so efficient. Nako, yung mga introvert na HR, how can you be a change champion if you don't have extreme confidence? With na they think they know everything.
We rise as one. Leave the pain behind. For the future is bright. Know that we are here to help you rise again. The new channel. See the new.
you, Lord, for catching me. We had an early break. Anyway, let me continue before I introduce to you would like to do. And of course, we have the compliance manager. You must be able to coordinate, cooperate, and ensure that policies and procedures complements what is actually in the regulation of government, and that one of a paradox navigator, which is very near to the business continuity, which is actually you must be agile to be able to deliver business results. So these are the competencies that you need to be able to manage. Of course, there are 9 domains. May I repeat? You must be a change champion, and you must be able to manage, heighten the paradoxes, and be able to. You have to converge it when it is a little bit converge. You have to be to balance so that you can manage. So these are the competencies we have here needed, and then try to check on our competencies because now is the time that we need to manifest it. Competencies are attitude, skills, and knowledge. You must be knowledgeable about it. You must be into our problem. You are a little bit missing lapses, or you have some problems in managing your organization pandemic. Now let me introduce our special guest. Actually, when I joined PMAP, I joined her committee, which is the research committee. Para magmukha akong matalino. And you know when was that? That was actually way because it really 90s, early 90s. I was with Maribel, a lot of us. And then she I know she heads executive and agency, corporate executive search. And at this time, she is the CEO of IRC International. This is international. This is a group of, I will ask her, the owners of executive search. But of course, they had exchanges. Philosophy, what are the new concepts in HR. So she's actually a gem. She's my idol. She's my mentee. She's one of those who can tell me what so mentor nga, what I need to do. So ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome president in 2009, Miss Grace Abella-Zata. Can we have her? Grace Abella?
due to slow internet.
I hope the connectivity is already okay. So can we have our special guest, Miss? She's my idol. She's my mentor. Uh, she is a most sought a speaker in human resource. Yes. Hello, Mom.
Hello, hi Jessie.
Hello, Mom
Nice to see
Grace.
you.
We are having some. Yeah, we're having some difficulty in connect our connections.
I know,
Yes.
well, we have to live
Yes.
with that. That is the new
Yes.
normal.
That is the new normal. Yes, I can just imagine when classes starts in August when everybody is using the internet connection.
Right.
Yes.
Oo
Okay.
nga eh.
Right.
Well, just some of the
How is
fake
Manong
news.
Veer? How is Manong Veer? How
It's
is
okay.
Mr. Veer? He's okay. You are in Makati now. You
Right.
are in
Oo,
Makati.
I am.
Okay, so let us start. I made an intro, although it was a very short intro because of the connectivity, as far as how can HR competently manage the pandemic. What are your thoughts on this?
Okay.
How can
Siguro
they?
I am sharing with you
I
the
have,
results.
I have I have two questions here.
I cannot
Yes,
hear you. I'm
yes.
sorry. Am I coming on clear?
Yes,
Hello. Am I coming on clear?
yes.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, Jesse was asking me to share some thoughts on how HR can help during the pandemic.
Yes,
Uh,
Ma'am Grace.
and I
Yes,
guess
Ma'am Grace.
one of the
Yes,
things,
yes,
and I
yes.
am
I'm
sharing
muted.
the results of a series
Yes,
of
yes, yes. You
focus
are
group discussions that we have had in
loud
Manila.
and clear. Loud and clear.
Okay? Oo. And these are just some of the aspects. Ang sinasabi nga ngayon, HR is actually in the middle of the whirlpool, right? When they talk about strategic HR, it is often defined as HR strategies which are aligned with the basic business strategies of the company. And right now, syempre ang basic business strategy is really just to survive and to continue operating. And to be able to do that, you need to keep the employees healthy, right? So, yun ang very compelling reason ngayon for what HR is doing to make sure that the plant is not closed down, right? Or because there is an outbreak of infections. And that employees are confident enough to go to work. So itong maraming aspects siya, sabi nga nung the HR executives who joined the FGDs, talagang ang kailangan is ecosystem management. You cannot have you cannot have andito. You cannot have piecemeal solutions. Okay? So it needs to be a total system and it needs to be granular management. Sabi nga nila, yung level down ng the level of detail by which you manage things. So ito lang ang some of the most important aspects. Unang-una, transportation, 'di ba? So we provide transportation. Number two, of course, the testing. So depends on the testing policy of the company. Normally, it's rapid testing every other few weeks, and then yeah, you need to do contact tracing within the company. If you will find somebody who tests positive, then you need to do contact tracing. And then massive communication. Companies have found out that, 'di ba, kailangan kahit na 4 na buwan nang inuulit-ulit sa atin, may pangangailangan pa din for massive communication. And some companies are also using social media. And then there is culture building and linked to what is required at the moment. And happy to say some companies are working very well with their unions, no? A unifying factor, 'di ba? A source of it is a galvanizing issue between union and between management. And then of course, you have the regular cleaning. Yun lang ang some of the aspects that na tinututukan ng HR. At yan, kailangan talagang gawin mo ng masusi at to the very detail.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, FGDs. So again, what are the components? Now, then, what are the components? So from those that you see, what are the components?
I cannot hear you very well. But I think I just mentioned the various components. There were 6 components: transportation. Was that your question? Transportation, testing, contact tracing, and then a massive communication program paired by culture building, linked to corporate values, and linked to the situation. Well as, of course, yung regular cleaning na kailangang gawin. So those are the most important components right now.
Yes. At this time, that they must be doing that already.
Oh yeah.
At this time, they must be doing that.
Actually, if you listen to the FGDs, you will be amazed at the massive response of companies. Talagang heroes din ng mga companies, heroes din ng HR as to what they have been trying to do, coping with the situation and mitigating the effects of COVID. Like yung providing transportation. And then nga pala, by the way, and then providing the PPEs. In fact, the administrative expenses have gone up. So contrary to what some senators have said, that companies should be providing so and so allowance because anyway they are not spending for certain things like electricity. The truth is that many companies, their administrative costs have gone up because of the provision of transportation, because the government is still is still getting its act together. Syempre, mahirap din naman kasi you can't blame the government. Pero it is still, we cannot rely on public transportation yet for our employees. And therefore, companies are also stepping
There is already initiative.
Ano yan?
There are already initiatives coming from the HR.
Oh yeah.
So the problem is if you are a small and medium organization, wherein you have some.
I know.
What
Jesse,
about cooperation with?
Totoo yan.
So what about what other compliances or areas of cooperation that HR must do?
Ay, nga pala, yung physical distancing, yung
the government.
Physical distancing, and then layout of the plants and the offices, as well as daily tracking of the health condition of employees. That's very important also. Kaya nga, Jessie, sinasabi ko baka ang private sector can work with the government or work with the LGUs in identifying asymptomatics who test positive, di ba? Kasi ang mga companies ang unang-unang nakakaalam niyan Dahil tayo, araw-araw may tracking tayo ng health condition of employees, di ba? Merong mga templates. Every day, they need to report or we need to track how they are doing. Meron bang mga symptoms, right? Are people inside their houses? Meron bang are displaying symptoms, and therefore, it is HR actually the workplaces. It is yan ang may source of information. So perhaps I even suggested to PMAP that I don't know, maybe we can work with the local governments. Well, it's just the seed of an idea about maybe partner with one local government about how HR in companies, for instance, in one locality, in one LGU, can partner with the LGU health department so that the communication is established, and so that 'di ba ito yung merong controversial ngayon na door to door napupuntahan daw. Ang unang communication sa atin ng DILG ay pupuntahan daw ng PNP, na mali naman pala, hindi naman pala ganun ang sinabi. So parang nagkaroon ng takot yung mga tao. So siguro yung mga companies, pwedeng tumulong sa communication at pwedeng tumulong sa pag-explain sa kanilang employees that in fact the LGU has the capability for providing isolation facilities, and they need not fear because they will be taken care of. So isa yun siguro sa area na pwedeng partnership, kasi ngayon ang kailangan is tumulong tayo, 'di ba? Rather than pointing out and just being stressed about the kakulangan ng gobyerno. Siguro kung nasaan tayo, kung ano yung pwede natin gawin, baka pwede natin isipin at gawin. Ganon din naman sa communication, sa transportation pala, sabi nga ni Jessie kanina, walang capability yung mga small and medium companies. And in one show, sa ANC yata, kay Karen Davila, I heard her ask the Department of Transportation, what is your long-term plan? Diba? Kasi this is going to happen for the next 2 years, and what are we going to do? Is there a long-term plan for transportation? So I think little by little, diba, we're experimenting with things, but what else can we do? Kasi ang transportation is a potential source talaga of infection, as we have seen in the MRTs. So, can a group of companies get together, share a shuttle bus, outsource it to a certain group? Can we get a group of transportation companies which can outsource? Yon, siguro baka yon isa pa ring area yan ng collaboration. Jessie, are you in? And then siguro ang isa pang area is contact tracing, kasi yung own experience namin usually, well, this is only with one LGU, so I am not generalizing or speaking for all LGUs. Itong isang experience namin with an employee who tested positive. So of course, we were concerned. So we did our own contact tracing in the workplace. And then we syempre, dahil sa malasakit sa employee, paano yan? Sa pamilya ninyo, sa ganyan, anong klaseng contact tracing ba ang ginagawa ng LGU ninyo? And we found out that the LGU was only doing contact tracing within the LGU. Alam mo yon? So parang working in silos. Diba? Siyempre, ang contact tracing should be everybody, including the people in the workplace. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin, dito lang sa barangay namin. At, diba? Parang napaka-piecemeal naman na thinking yon. But apparently, that is how this particular LGU works. So, siguro, isa pa yun, no? So, if we have kasi diba? Testing, contact tracing, and then isolation. So baka isa pa rin yung area that I don't know how there is a contact tracing SAR, which we have right now. So I don't know how we can do that. Jessie, I just have spoken about the areas for collaboration between the LGUs and between the companies, and that is in the area of contact tracing, as well in transportation. I don't know kung kailangan niya ng LGU, but maybe within the companies, di ba? Maybe we can work with ECOP na parang yung mga employers na lang ang magko-contract out ng transportation, if we can do that as a group. Lalo na for the small and medium companies which cannot afford to hire their own shuttle buses. Okay. Jessie? Jessie? Sige, magpapatuloy na rin siguro ako. Dahil may experience din ng mga companies with massive communication. Diba? What are the usual, siguro yan, baka makatulong tayo sa gobyerno in explaining to them the mindset of people. Diba? Why is it that nagre-relax sila minsan? Bakit di sila sumusuot ng mask? Although ang alam ko nga, ang mga Filipinos are very compliant. But they talk to each other. Diba? Ano ba yung mga importanteng bagay? So, and then, how do you present these ideas? Diba? Should you educate people that, for instance, just speaking alone will release the COVID virus? And therefore, you should avoid talking to each other. Bakit ba hindi dapat kumain together? Baka may mga ganon, baka may maitulong din tayo doon sa aspects na yan. Okay? So yun, siguro parang, alam mo, yung HR mindset of communication and culture building, I think will help. Because, I am sure, diba? I'm sure naman, the IATF is really doing its best. Why wouldn't they, diba? Baka lang kailangan lang ng inputs, no, from other sectors. Sabi nga minsan daw masyadong militarized yung thinking. Baka they can benefit from the thinking of HR, which includes engagement kasi 'di ba? Yung culture building, baka we need to build this culture among us na so that people comply not just out of fear, 'di ba? But because they believe it's going to be the best thing for themselves. Yun ang pinakamagandang yun ang pinakamagandang mindset na mako-contribute ng HR. Yung 'di ba sabi, let's heal as one, bayanihan. Yun ang kailangan talaga natin ngayon. Baka doon tayo pwedeng makatulong, Jessie. Yeah. Okay. And then, okay, ano pa bang ibang maikikwento ko doon sa basically, ganun, that companies are doing everything that they can. Very massive din ang responses. By the way, may isa pa pala. Actually, employees are also afraid of going to work. Okay? So, that is why meron daw sila, minsan not them, but their family members. So, to assure them, the company pa makes a video of the things that they are doing to make the workplace safe. And then these videos are being shown, to are being shown also to to employees, or to the family rather of the employees. They even make a video to assure the family of the employees that, that their family member is safe in the workplace, and that, they are doing everything to make the workplace safe, and that the families do not need to fear. Okay. Mm,
Hello.
and I think HR really has a lot of HR mindsets will benefit the country at this time. So congratulations for your new show and for doing this for everybody.
Ay, nako. Ito talaga, connectivity is a problem, and I think mas lalo ito pagdating ng August.
Oo.
Anyway, I got lost in our conversation, and I'm so sorry with my special guest, si uh,
Mhm.
Lost.
Wow, we're really having
She
we are really having
continued.
a bad internet connection. Yeah, so I think that's the problem. One of the things that the government really needs to do is to improve our internet connection. I don't know what they have done. I'm sure they are working on it, and maybe it's one of the things that should be reported during the weekly press conference of the president. Mm, maybe. Oh, that's another thing that business and government can work on. Perhaps we can submit to the communications group what are the questions we have, 'di ba? What are the areas we need answers about? That's another thing. Everybody can benefit, 'di ba? From giving positive and constructive feedback. So maybe that's the other thing that we can do. And I think this would be mostly in the areas of transportation. Ayan, yung internet connection. Mhm. Ano pa? Well, yung testing kasi, maybe the cost and the availability
We can
of testing kits
continue.
because employers are already doing that on their own. Basically, siguro yun. No? So, during the next press conference, I hope we can hear that from the president. Like, what's being done no, about the internet connection? Kasi nga, sabi ni Jessie, malapit nang pumasok yung mga bata. In fact, marami ngang nagsimula na. So, lalong magkakaroon ng traffic. Dati ang traffic sa EDSA, sa kalye. Ngayon, ang